I made a $20,000 mistake. And no, it wasn't buying a lemon. It was buying a used EV with a battery I thought was a good deal, but it turned into a financial trap that cost me a fortune. The worst part? The exact same risks are out there waiting for so many other buyers. That promise of a cheap electric car is powerful, I get it, but a low sticker price can be a smokescreen for a financial nightmare. In this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain on the hidden dangers I found, the stack of risks every used EV buyer is facing, so you don't fall into the exact same trap. That 20 grand isn't just my sob story, it's a symbol. It represents the huge gap between the dream of affordable green driving and the messy reality of the used electric car market. We're all drawn to the idea: no more gas stations, less maintenance, and that sweet, silent, instant torque. And with the used market growing at a wild pace, there are more options than ever. On the surface, the deals look incredible. You see a 3-year-old premium EV for the price of a new Corolla and think you've hit the jackpot. But what are you really buying? You think it's a car, but it's actually a complex chemical asset that's been degrading since the day it was built. You think you're buying a warranty, but it's really a conditional contract packed with fine print. My $20,000 blunder wasn't one single thing. It was a doorway into a world of hidden risks, from warranty black holes to total resale value destruction. This isn't just one guy's bad luck. This is an investigation into the trap that awaits anyone who isn't prepared. We're going to break down the hidden risks using real-world data and lessons I learned the hard way to show you why the sticker price is the least important part of the deal. The first and most dangerous trap is what I call the battery health shell game. You're at the dealership or a private seller's house. You hop in the car, power it on, and the dash shows a nearly full charge with, let's say, 250 miles of range. The seller assures you the battery is great, maybe even pointing to a 95% health number on the screen. Looks good, right? Wrong. That number can be a complete illusion. The range on the dashboard is just a sophisticated guess, heavily influenced by recent driving, the weather, and whether the AC was blasting. Worse, while it might not be common, it's a known risk in the EV world that a battery's health reading can be temporarily reset. This can make a worn-out battery look healthy for a few days, just long enough for you to drive it off the lot. After a few charge cycles, the system recalibrates, and that 95% health you thought you bought can suddenly plummet. So what's the reality of battery degradation? The good news is, it's usually slower than people fear. Large-scale studies on thousands of vehicles show that the average modern EV battery loses around 2 to 3% of its capacity per year. This suggests that after 8 years, an average battery could still have over 80% of its juice. But average is a dangerous word here. That rate depends hugely on two things. First, climate. A car from Arizona's extreme heat will likely have a more tired battery than one from a mild coastal town. Second, and even more important, is how it was charged. A battery that was gently topped up at home on a level 2 charger will be in much better shape than one that was constantly slammed with high-powered DC fast chargers. Some studies have shown that heavy reliance on DC fast charging can significantly accelerate degradation. You can't just trust the seller. You can't just trust the dashboard. The only way to protect yourself is with an independent third-party battery health report. Think of it as a pre-purchase inspection for the most expensive component in the car. A dealership or a specialized EV mechanic can run a diagnostic scan that goes way beyond the dash, checking the battery's true state of health, SOH, and looking for problems between individual cells. This might set you back $100 to a few $100, but that's nothing compared to a 5-figure mistake. If a seller won't let you get a battery report, walk away, immediately. That's the biggest red flag you'll ever see. This leads us to the second trap, the warranty black hole. You've probably heard the magic phrase, "Don't worry, it's got an 8-year, 100,000-mile battery warranty." That is probably the most dangerous assumption in the used EV game. That warranty is not an ironclad safety net. It's a conditional contract, and you need to know the conditions. First, let's get the basics straight. While an 8-year/100,000-mile warranty is a common industry benchmark in the US, it isn't a universal federal law for every part of the battery, and the terms can vary by brand, model, and even the state it was sold in. This warranty is your financial firewall, so you absolutely have to read the fine print. So, what does it actually cover? It's there for two main things: manufacturing defects and abnormal degradation. It is not there for normal wear and tear. Most automakers set a capacity threshold, often around 70%, meaning they'll only step in if the battery's health drops below that number within the warranty period. If your 7-year-old EV has 71% battery health, you're on your own, even if the range stinks. But here's where the black hole really opens up: warranty voids. You can lose that protection without even knowing it. One of the most common ways is through unauthorized repairs. Say a sensor fails, and you take it to your trusted independent mechanic. A year later, the battery dies. The manufacturer can see that a non-authorized shop worked on a high-voltage component and argue that the repair contributed to the failure. In the US, the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act says they're supposed to prove the repair caused the problem. But are you prepared for a legal battle with a car company? You've just given them an excuse. The same goes for modifications. If the last owner installed a huge sound system and botched the wiring, that could be grounds for denial. Even ignoring a software update or a recall can put your coverage at risk. When you buy a used EV, you inherit the consequences of every choice the previous owner made. Verifying the service history and making sure all recalls were done at a certified dealer isn't just a good idea, it's essential. If this is already making you second-guess that great deal you saw online, do me a favor and hit that like button. It tells me we need to keep digging into the stuff that salespeople won't always tell you. Now for the trap that snaps shut the fastest: the branded title. You're scrolling online and find an EV priced thousands below everything else. It looks perfect, drives great, and the seller says the title is clean. But a vehicle history report tells the real story. It has a branded title: salvage, rebuilt, or a lemon law buyback. For most automakers, a branded title is the kiss of death for a battery warranty. The moment an insurance company totals that car and it gets a salvage brand on the title, the manufacturer's warranty is almost certainly gone forever. Even if the car is perfectly repaired and gets a rebuilt title, you should always assume that factory warranty is toast. A car with a branded title is a car with no safety net. This is especially dangerous with EVs. The battery is a massive structural part of the car's floor. What looks like a minor fender bender can lead an insurance adjuster to write it off. A side impact that didn't even seem to touch the battery might still require a $1,000 inspection to prove the pack's sealed case wasn't compromised. Imagine this: a car runs over some debris, putting a dent in the battery's metal casing. No warning lights, car drives fine. But because that's a sealed high-voltage unit, many repair manuals say if the casing is breached, the battery needs a full inspection or even replacement to eliminate any future fire risk. That minor scrape could lead to a $15,000 repair quote, and the insurance company just says, "Total it." Someone then buys it at auction, fixes the cosmetic damage, gets it a rebuilt title, and lists it for a great price. They might not even be trying to scam you. They might think it's perfectly fine. But you're buying a car with a history of battery trauma and, crucially, no warranty. Even a clean Carfax isn't a 100% guarantee. I've heard stories of people who bought a car with a clean report only to find out from the manufacturer that the warranty was voided because of a minor accident the dealer never mentioned. The only way to be sure is to run a vehicle history report and verify the warranty status directly with the manufacturer using the VIN. This brings us to the final gut punch: the destruction of your resale value. Let's say you manage to dodge the other risks. You buy a used EV and it works. But you skipped the battery health report, weren't sure about the service history, or maybe you knowingly bought that branded title car because the deal was too good. 2 years later, you go to sell it. Now the market is smarter. Buyers have watched videos like this one. Their first question isn't about the miles. It's, "Can I see the battery health report?" The second is the factory battery warranty still active? The third is, does it have a clean title with no accidents? If your answer is "I don't know" or "no," the value of your car falls off a cliff. Independent analyses have shown that a questionable battery can slash a used EV's value by a huge amount, with some data suggesting a swing of 20 to 40%. An EV with a shady past is a massive gamble for the next person, and they will not pay top dollar for that risk. You are now the one stuck with the problem. This creates a lemons market, where all the uncertainty drives down prices. While it's true that EV depreciation is all over the place, some models hold their value great, others drop like a stone. The biggest thing that can tank the value of an individual car is a question mark over its battery. That amazing deal you got up front just cost you thousands on the back end. You're trapped. The money you thought you saved is gone, and you're left with a rapidly depreciating headache that nobody wants without a massive discount. This is where the full weight of the $20,000 mistake hit me. It wasn't just about buying a battery that might die. It was about paying a premium for a car whose entire financial foundation, its verifiable health, its factory warranty, and its clean history was already gone. The battery itself might have had some life left, but without those three pillars of trust, its market value was a fraction of what I paid. That's the trap. You think you're buying a car, but you're actually buying a financial asset. And if the paperwork and the data are bad, the asset can become almost worthless overnight. So, what's the lesson here? Never buy a used EV? No, absolutely not. With the right information, a used EV can be a fantastic money-saving choice. This video is a warning, not a don't do it. It's about arming you with the knowledge to sidestep the traps. The solution is to turn these 4 big risks into a simple, non-negotiable checklist. 1. Beat the shell game. Demand an independent third-party battery health report before you even talk price. 2. Illuminate the black hole. Verify the exact terms of the remaining warranty, expiration, mileage, and capacity threshold directly with the manufacturer using the car's VIN3. Expose the accident history. Run a vehicle history report and never consider a car with a salvage or rebuilt title unless you're an expert paying a tiny fraction of the market price. 4. Protect your resale value. By doing the first 3 things, you're not just protecting yourself now, you're preserving the car's value for when it's your turn to sell. The promise of a cheap EV is powerful, but a good deal is only a good deal if it doesn't have a hidden 5-figure time bomb attached. Be skeptical, be thorough, and treat the purchase less like buying a used car and more like making a major financial investment. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and avoid these kinds of traps, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. I'll be digging into more issues that the car industry doesn't always want you to know about. And now, I want to hear from you. What's your biggest fear about buying a used EV, or do you have a cautionary tale of your own? Drop it in the comments below. Let's help each other navigate this market.